Hello YouTube. It's been a little while since I posted a video. I thought I'd post a excuse me, a little project I got going on building an RF sampler for my oscilloscope. A lot of people just make them out of a box, but I decided to kill two birds with one stone. I picked this up. This is old. This is from the 90s, but I picked it up in a box of ham gear that I bought from an old ham operator. Thing was looked like brand new still. It's a receiver preamp. A lot of people don't like these because they introduce white noise. I actually like them myself. I like to be able to pick up distant stations, and I have one built into one of the amps that I use. But anyway, I decided to use this instead because I'm going to use this as a dual purpose. When I got this little box, it didn't have it was missing the DC plug. So all I did was I removed the little DC plug jack, and instead I put a little rubber grommet in there in the hole where the DC plug was. And then I'm just running the 12-volt wires in there, and I soldered them directly to that, so I can just put them straight to my power supply, since that's how I power everything anyway. I don't need to plug things in an outlet. But if you look over here and see what I did, I built an RF sampler for my oscilloscope. So basically what I did here was I drilled a hole right down here and put a BNC connector in there. You can see it, BNC connector. And then on this side of it, I soldered a little stiff wire in there, brought it up, and I looped it around the transmitter side of the coax input. I found that when you do it like this, a lot of guys, when they try to use oscilloscopes, they just wrap a few wraps of wire around the coax, around the outside of the coax, and that can be done, but I find that this gets a much cleaner signal when you do something like this. And plus, I like to have things tidy. I don't like to have things wrapped around coax and in sight. So I'm not going to show this thing in action or anything. I'm just showing this before I put it back together. There's a lid to this and a little hanger for it that I'm going to hang up over on my station, and then I'll be able to plug my oscilloscope into it. And even when I'm not using this receiver preamp, it doesn't matter because the signal passes through this anyway. I'll always be able to pick up my signal on my oscilloscope, so I can monitor my RF on my scope on my signal. So I don't know, I just thought I'd show that. The glue gun's heating up. I'm getting ready to put it. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and just try to do that while I'm filming this. I don't know if I can do this. And what I'm going to do is just put a drop over here. There we go. Get that in there good. So it'll just keep it from flopping around in case I ever have to move with this thing. So there we go. That'll be good. Let that dry there. So you can see that little wire goes around it. It's not really touching anything. It's just going around it. And I just added that little drop of glue there to hold it in place so it don't flop around. So that's my homemade RF sampler. A lot of people build them in a little box. Nothing wrong with that. Whatever way you want to make it, make it. I just find that I killed two birds with one stone by using this little box, and now I have a receiver preamp all in one. Okay? I'm going to post this just to give people ideas. You know, it's just things like this you just get creative with. That's what makes a ham station roll, right? Okay. Kilo 174 whiskey. And I'm back quiet.